Welcome to Pete and Hannah's Watch List. I'm your host, Pete Mitchell. I'm here with my great co-host, Hannah.
Hello, people.
Hannah, we're here today for movie news. But before we begin, let us tell the viewers and the listeners what they should do.
Pretty please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Leave a comment down below your feedback on this show, any of our other shows, thoughts, feelings.
Yeah, and hit the notification button and you'll get great content like this one, including AFI Top 100, where we did Intolerant this week. Next week, Rear Window. Great times. Yesterday, What's Next? And we talked about how jacked Ray Fiennes is. Oh man, that guy's jacked.
That guy.
And today we've got movie news, bit of clickbait, and clickbait headlines where we chat about the Golden Globe nominations. But
Before we begin,
yeah, before all that, let's do clickbait.
Hoo-ha.
And it's your turn, Hen. What's your clickbait this week?
My clickbait is that the average Christmas... So, Christmas movies, love them.
Yeah.
Love them to death.
Yeah.
Home Alone, incredible. Die Hard.
Great.
You take out Christmas, those are just plain average movies that don't make the mark.
No.
No. Here's why.
Are you talking about Home Alone?
Especially Home Alone too, yeah. Home Alone as well.
No, Home Alone's full of trash.
Yeah, but you take out Christmas and that kind of the heart and soul that makes it, the Christmas classic that it is, ripped it out of it. Because you take out Christmas, that kid is just alone in a house. Sometimes we've all had those moments.
That's true.
And he's just like, again, just terrorizing both of us. But you put Christmas spin on it. You're like, these people, they're so awful. A family went for Christmas. They left their kid. Oh,
I'll give you that.
And then there's also like he builds that relationship with the neighbor who also is like alone for Christmas.
What about Lethal Weapon though?
Lethal Weapon? Same. It's just like because again,
Lethal
great
Weapon 2
movie,
and 3, great
movie.
Didn't have Christmas.
Yeah, but you take Christmas out. It's just a Lethal Weapon movie.
I don't know.
You put Christmas adds something that's similar to musicals, and they heighten the emotion because there's something about Christmas once you because some movies don't need to have Christmas in it, and they'll slap a Christmas scene in for no reason apparently, and it's just to heighten the emotion and tension.
You know
in
what
the
Christmas
scene.
is? It's like going to the movies and not having popcorn.
Christmas is the most depressing time of the year. And that's why most Christmas movies have to be either super uplifting, because most of them are just very candy, very sweet, like the Hallmarkies and all that jazz. Or you have your action ones. You don't really want to be sad at Christmas, so you don't tend to see depressing. People don't like watching It's a Wonderful Life because they find it depressing, even though I consider it's one of the most uplifting films of all time.
Yeah, but you're a depressive type of person.
But they don't see the joy that is in that movie.
But that movie is
it's a payoff.
It's darkness.
Yeah.
Darkness,
but that's what makes it so wonderful in a weird way. But that's what I'm saying. Christmas movie, the average Christmas movie, you take out Christmas, it is just an average Joe movie that you either go, yeah, that was alright, but you add Christmas and it becomes look at the recent Christmas movie, Fair Affair. They're just movies with Christmas in it. They don't have the spirit that the 90s, 80s Christmas movies had.
That red one is terrible.
Yeah, but even the most recent one where I'm like, oh, that could go on the list is probably Violent Night, the David Harbour one. But it doesn't poke at the strings as it should. Or something like Daddy's Home 2. But that's just because it's funny and it's always on. But in reality speaking, the average Christmas movie now doesn't have the heart that it's supposed to. They just put Christmas as a sticker. Go, it's a Christmas movie, but it really is just an average movie.
I'm starting to come around.
Yeah, think about it.
I'm starting to come around.
Those 90s movies they were like, Christmas is a depressing time and we're going to bring so much joy and we're going to tug at the heartstrings.
Yeah.
Now it's just it's a sticker.
Yeah.
This is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It's not. It's an average movie with some Santa bits in it.
Yeah. This clickbait's evolving.
Yeah. See? Just like the idea, it just builds over time.
It evolves.
Okay?
It evolved over.
Yeah, see? The average Christmas... So, yeah.
Yeah.
Movies, slap Christmas on it. They used to be deep. Now they're not. Think about it.
Let us know your thoughts on Christmas movies. Are they worthwhile in modern cinema?
Yeah.
Let us go over to my favourite segment, Hannah and Movie News.
Welcome back to Movie News. This week, Do you like Aaron Taylor Johnson? Movies about villains and good old Russell Crowe? Then I give you Kraven the Hunter. It's about this guy, Kraven, kind of on a dark vengeance path after his really complex relationship with his father. Daddy issues. Leads him to become the most feared and ruthless hunter in the known world. And turns out he eventually becomes a fearsome foe of one Spider-Man. This is Sony's final attempt in their villain universe. And all I gotta say is, the hunt is on. I like Lord of the Rings. But what if anime? Yes, I give you Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohan. Set roughly about 183 years before the Lord of the Rings trilogy we know. It's about a kind of tyrant, kind of lord taking over. The people try and stand with their stronghold. And we got Hera. She is rising up with a resistance, hopefully to overthrow these crazies. That is what we're going to be watching this week. Leave a comment down below what you'll be seeing. Until next week. Bye.
Thanks, Hannah. Ooh, I'm looking forward to those two movies, especially Kraven the Hunter.
Can I just some news about Kraven the Hunter? It's going to be the final Sonyverse
Is not.
villain. Yeah, they're calling it quits. They're calling the curtain.
What about a sequel to Kraven the Hunter?
I don't know if they feel about that, but
I want sequels.
but
I want mega
Kraven,
sequels.
I think the other ones have projected them going, because Venom, like, why were they still doing Man of Web and all that? But then you're like, Venom was still going strong enough for them to do it, but now it's like ended that chapter.
Well, that was a good segue into clickbait headlines, and Hannah just brought me right down. But the other movie is Lord of the Rings spin-off, War of Rohan.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it.
Yep.
I struggle still.
That looks good. Thanks, Hen. So, clickbait headlines and its Golden Globe nominations. Yeah, I just want to remind everyone, Golden Globes is owned by the Penske Corporation. Nothing against them. Hopefully one day we get to work for them. They own all the Variety, Hollywood Reporter, all the mags, right? So they own this awards. Now,
it's gone through so many
so
controversies.
this
but
is a profit awards. So they're trying to make money
this
out of
is
this.
a show.
So when I
than
read
an
these
award.
awards out, the nominations, take it with a grain of salt. It doesn't mean they're going to get nominated for
Oscars, yeah.
Oscars.
We've seen it where it's just complete opposite with movies and actors and stuff.
So let's start with television. Musical or comedy. Abbott Elementary, The Bear, which is not a comedy. The Gentleman, debatable comedy as well.
Oh, The Gentleman it's a dramedy. It's a dramedy. You got to put it in that category.
Yeah. Hacks, Nobody Wants This, and Only Murders in the Building.
You know, yeah.
This is a good little run here. Best television series, drama, The Day of the Jackal. Mate, we've only seen 2 episodes. How did that get nominated? The Diplomat. Love that show. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Love that show. Shogun. Oh my god, I could talk about Shogun for hours. I love that show.
Yeah. No, everyone.
It's about Japanese warfare.
Everyone loves.
Give me that. Slow Horses and Squid Game.
Wait, the new one? That doesn't even make sense.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Best actor in musical comedy, so they do musical comedy in Golden Globes, just to let you know. Jesse Eisenberg for Real Pain. We haven't seen that yet. It comes out Boxing Day. Hugh Grant for Heretic. Hilarious. Gabriel LaBelle, your boy. The Steven Spielberg boy.
Senor Spielberg, yeah, that guy.
Junior. For Saturday Night. Jesse Plemons for Kinds of Kindness. You hated that movie.
That movie.
You hated that movie so much.
I cannot believe that it exists.
Glenn Powell for Hitman. You love that movie.
I love Glenn Powell.
And Sebastian Stan for A Different Man. You love that
do
movie.
You know what? The hell, this doesn't make sense.
That's a great
and
list.
Also, yeah, but Glenn Powell for Hitman?
How's
but then
that?
Heretic, what the...
Musical or comedy?
Yeah, Heretic is not a musical or a comedy.
Yeah, well, it's musical. Best Actress in Musical Comedy, Amy Adams for Night Biatch, Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carlia Sophie Gascon for Emilio Perez, Mikey Madison for Anora, Demi Moore for The Substance. What a performance.
In musical or comedy?
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Oh.
hilarious, that substance.
You know what it is? We don't know what horror is.
And Zendaya is Challenges. How's that a comedy? Is that a comedy?
That's not. Well, you can put it in dramedy, but the two horror movies, which are The Substance and Heretic, should probably be in drama. But I guess because they do not want to
Is
consider.
Amelia Perez a comedy? I thought it was a drama. Anyway.
I'm gonna go with the same thing.
Best
Dramedy.
actor in a drama, Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. It is absolutely brutal that we're not getting that before January.
But
Brutal.
Andrew Brody's cool.
Timothy Chalamet for a club. I know. I'll tell you a story about The Brutalist. I tried to get tickets for a screening that they were showing, and I tried so hard, and there was none left, and I was like desperate.
Even if it was just one, you'd be
There
like,
was not even one head.
even
There
though it was at the
fully-
front of the cinema.
Yeah, and it was like a film. It was film stock as well. Like, I really want to see it. Timothy Chalamet for A Complete Unknown. That's the Bob Dylan
Bit Bob,
biopic.
yeah.
Coming out in a couple of weeks. Daniel Craig for Queer. We haven't seen that one yet.
That's been making its
Yeah.
rounds.
Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing. Has not come out in Australia yet, but it's coming out soon.
Like Colin
And
Domingo.
yeah, it's VOD in States. It's supposed to be really good. There's an interesting story about Sing Sing. So they do this thing where they participate in profit. So everyone gets paid exactly the same amount. So from like your grips to your boom mic holders to Common Domingo to the directors themselves, to the producers.
Oh, like an
everyone
even
gets paid
split.
the minimum.
Yeah.
The minimum for I think the highest paid people are actors, so that everyone gets paid the minimum for actors, right? And so that's just the SAG minimum.
Whatever's SAG,
And
yeah,
then
yes.
how many days you work on the film, and they include days like Coleman Domingo does a lot of press, the producers and the directors do
Yeah,
a lot
of
of
course.
press, so they get a little bit more, but everyone else does a profit share. So the money that they get from getting it picked up by a distributor, they got their first check, and then when they get the next check for VOD, they get another check, and then when they get it for streaming, and then when they go to broadcast, so it gets a check every time. So and everyone gets a check. So there was like 90 people in the film. So really interesting. The podcast that talks about that is The Town with Matthew Bellamy.
Yeah.
And he's like a former Hollywood reporter. He works for Puck News.
Yep.
And he did a really interesting talk about this.
Yeah.
And they're thinking about scaling it up and doing like rom-coms with it and action movies and all
That
stuff like
rom-coms would
Yeah.
make a lot of sense because
And like
you need a.
that. Well, they did
Those
this for,
budgets
they
get
did it for a
blown
movie
out.
a couple of years ago called Jockey. And
I have heard of that movie.
yeah, all like so what they're trying to do is get people, really good quality people, to work on these smaller projects and give them sort of like gravitas, and then create more like things that people want to see. And like if it doesn't work, it's not a big failure, so they can overcome it. Like,
Profit-wise, yeah.
it costs less than $2 million to make Sing Sing, and so and with it getting a distribution, they've got their money back. So then they can make another movie. So it's really interesting. So I thought that was an interesting story. Ray Fiennes for Conclave. We're seeing that next week. Cannot wait. Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. He was fantastic in
He
that.
gets 2 noms.
Yeah.
My boy.
Best Actress in a Drama. You know who didn't get nominated? Was Jeremy Strong for...
For supporting.
Yeah, for Roy Cohn. That's disappointing. Pamela Anderson for The Last Showgirl. Angelina Jolie for Maria. Nicole Kidman for Baby Girl. Tilda Swinton for The Room Next Door. That looks absolutely frightening, that movie.
Yeah, in a scary way.
Not a scary way, but like as a
Scary for me.
thriller way. Fernanda Torres and I'm Still Here, and Kate Winslet for Lee. I don't know.
I don't know that. I'd have to see The Last Showgirl to...
Yeah.
Because of the rest of them.
Best Motion Picture Animated.
Oh, this...
animated.
I did see this one. This one angered me.
Flow.
Yeah.
Inside Out 2. Memoir of a Snail. Moana 2. What are we
Don't
doing?
just read the rest of it. And then we'll
Wallace
go.
and Gromit: Vengeance and the Wild Robot. What are we doing with our lives?
What Moana 2... Like, the fact that they have Inside Out 2 and Moana 2... But Moana 2 should not be on that list.
Yeah.
One, because it shouldn't even come out. But the reason is you're missing out, like, Transformers 1. And there's a few other animations. Yeah, but Transformers 1 is a different animated than Moana 2.
Well, I didn't bring this up before, but...
Rewarding what you shouldn't do, which is bad animation practice.
But Hannah, I didn't bring this up before, but like they've gone to 6 nominees, so they're trying to get more people to the show again.
For one animated movie.
Yeah, but for all categories, they're going
Yep.
to 6. And like it's just a cash
It's
grab.
too much. It's too much. It's too
It's a
much.
cash grab. Best Motion Picture for musical or comedy: Anora, Challenges, Emilia Perez, A Real Pain, The Substance, and Wicked.
The Substance should not be. I'm guessing they're doing it as dramedy.
Yeah.
But again,
Best Motion Picture Drama: The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, June Part 2, Nickel Boys, and September 5. Now, September 5 is about the Munich Games,
oh yeah.
1972. So that hasn't come out in Australian cinemas. It's limited release in the States at the moment. So
You know.
yeah, it's
great.
Golden Globes.
You know what's crazy about that list? They put Doom Part 2, but they don't nominate any of the actors and do.
No,
Yeah, weird.
no. And Denis Villeneuve didn't get nominated for director either.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This all of that's not making sense.
John Chu didn't get nominated for Wicked.
Okay, so this is a bad order.
Yeah.
No, because it doesn't. None of that makes a lot of sense.
No.
Especially those movie choices.
Well, I think you know what? I think all 10 are getting nominated for Best Picture.
Those movie choices. A lot of them have been on like a social media bus. Like The Substance, very hugely was on a social media bus, and like a few of them, and it seems like they were picking what I guess a general public would know and want to see instead of what it should be, which is you pick the actual best movies.
I will definitely say that Demi Moore deserves all the credit for that movie. She
but
was fantastic.
Do you think it should be in comedy?
No.
Because
no.
comedy
it's
and
funny.
musical, yes, but comedy and musical, like
Not intentional.
a lot of people
Yeah.
would argue Cynthia.
It's always
but-
been. This is the bugbear of a lot of people with the Golden Globes. It's just category forward. They do category forward in the Oscars as well, but like
mean
Anthony Hopkins in the movie for 10 minutes and he's best actor. Like it doesn't make any sense.
But you also, I think the biggest fraudster of the lot is the Bears will always be in comedy.
Like
I
I
think it leads-
I love the Bear, but there's not much comedy in it.
You know what? Not anymore. In that first season, I would
little
say
bit.
no. In that first season, I was laughing, but the rest of it has been quite not sulk. It's depressing.
Yeah.
It's like reality.
Well, that is it for today's show. We have got a great week coming up next week. We're Craven the Hunter time. So good. And Lord of the Rings story, War of Rohan.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's what's happening on the channel next week. Over the next couple of days, we've got reviews, just great stuff as usual, previews, all the good stuff. And then next week, we've got Rear Window, the
love
AFI
it.
Top 100 movie number 48. You can get that on all good streaming services. Sure.
You can definitely purchase it.
Yeah, it's a rent job for Apple TV probably, or Amazon Prime. You know, that is it for today's show. Thank you to my lovely co-host Hannah. Hannah.
I'm a tree.
You look like a tree.
I look like a tree.
You look good. You look good. Why are you dressed like that?
It's a big Christmas.
Oh, good on you. I like the Simpsons shirt too.
I love the Simpsons shirt.
I didn't even notice it.
Well, because he's supposed to blend back into
Oh,
the
I know.
background.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is good stuff. Really good stuff. I'm wearing my orange shirt. If anyone's noticed, orange.
Okay.
It's my colour.
Yeah.
I like it.
Signature.
Well, it's part of the brand of Pete and Anne's Watchlist now. There's a little bit of rebranding going on recently, so yeah. Thank you everyone for watching and listening to me rabbit on. And that is my lovely co-host Hannah. Long live cinema, and until we meet again, it's bye for now.
Bye.